Okay, so our regular spiel that you'll get whenever you come into the store is it's a secondhand art supply shop.
Yeah.
And the way we operate is on this pay what you want model.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to make it more accessible and affordable and sustainable.
Yeah.
That's our model. That's the what would you call it? I guess mission was actually passed on from Dorothy and Ernie. That's what their mission was.
Cool. They want to get this out to people.
Sustainable.
Yeah.
And so really you can come in and get whatever you want and pay what you want. And so it's all donated art supplies. It really, it's given to us. So we're wanting to just put it back out. Yeah. And so,
That's
it's
incredible.
Like,
I mean, that is like such a radical
wild.
In some ways idea.
I love it.
Like it's
for that reason.
but it's so, but it seems to like people latch onto it and
it
they're
works.
like,
It works.
It
Yeah.
works. It does. It
so
does.
much so that people are asking you like, how do you do it? And
Yeah.
like, yeah. We were catching up the other day at the brewery about that. And you're like, people are asking me like, how does this work? How does this happen? Like,
the way I think about it, and as soon as when I took it on, because it wasn't a pay what you want model. The way I acquired it, it was price itemized, and then it had like multiple different bags of sizes, and then they priced that. And I can tell you more about how it transitioned to that. But to me, at the beginning, I was just me, so I didn't have time to itemize everything. So pay what you want worked, and
it was like it's even
almost out of necessity.
It's a logistic nature.
I was like, we'll just do it like that and see how it goes, and then it just like grew from there. So I was like, let's keep it that way. But it does. It works because it's popular. People love it. People want that.
Yeah.
And then the way I think about it, it's like, I don't have a lot of business experience, but I imagined it as a restaurant, right? And if a restaurant can turn over as many people, that's the joy, right? As many people as you can, and it's like $20 a plate or whatever.
Yeah.
We could do the same thing, but our overhead is not that much, right? We're getting donated, so it's like, so let's try to get as much as we can, get people.
So it's like, hey, by just making it simple, so simple, anybody can walk in and just start grabbing, shopping, and they pay what they want. The number of people increases. It's like just more foot traffic, attraction to that. That's so smart. Yeah.
So
that makes so much sense.
What kind of items are in the store? Like what? I'm sure you have everything being donated to you, but what is that? Yeah.
So we get everything from like, the things that you normally think about: art supplies, paints, brushes, color pencils, crayons, markers. We get fabrics. We get a lot of fabrics, which is really popular because Joann's went down, or it's no longer with us. And,
bye Joann's.
R.I.P.
See ya,
Joann's. But
R.I.P. Joanne.
But we get a lot of fabrics. We get yarn. We get threads. We get books, art supply books. We get quilting books. All these different types of things. We get different kinds of woods. We've even gotten like some camera equipment.
Wow.
So I really tried to accept any kind of art supply, any kind of art medium.
That's awesome.
And we'll get like a acrylic like sheets or glass sheets, ceramic things. We get so many cute little like treasures too that people bring with their items, and
cool.
So really just like anything and everything that I feel anybody who wants to create something cool with, like we have it there for you. So we really try to be as limitless as possible with what we have in our store and like what we offer.
It's amazing.
Seems like the ultimate arts and crafts kind of like spot. It's like, hey, just go get
100%.
Inspiration by what's there.
Exactly.
Kind of
Gosh,
thing.
I remember.
So,
I think we've talked about it before, but when we were kids, you probably remember this.
oh yeah.
There was you probably remember better than I do because you're older. But there was like an art night that we
For
would
those
go,
who are wondering.
significantly.
Just a little dab.
All right, great.
There was an art night that we went to in East Dallas, right?
Oh yeah. It was like a old school or church or something, but I remember doing like art camp week there, and like you could go and get different stuff.
Well, what I loved about it was we would go and arrive, and there would just be all the stuff that you could just grab and use and create anything. And it was like probably the most creative moment of my childhood.
It was freeing.
It was so freeing.
It just so freeing.
So exciting. It's like no other experience like it when we were kids.
Yeah.
And I imagine Pegasus can inspire that level of feeling too.
Yeah. And that's my goal.
Cool.
It's really, I mean, I say it often, as limitless as possible, because I think when it comes to art or just ourselves in general, like with our self-criticism, with our self-doubt, with just all these different rules that society has, you think that art has to be some specific way, but really it's just like whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be an impressionist painting or an orchestra.
Exactly.
Like,
it could be like a couple of blocks together with some fabric or what have you, right? With some jewels or anything.
Yeah.
And so I love that you have an experience like that, because that's what we try to do. My goal and my job is to just put materials in front of you.
Yeah.
And see where your creative mind wants to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's fun, it's empowering, it's freeing, it's all that good stuff.
I think I hear the empowering side of it a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a friend of mine, Ariel Saldivar. She used to run the Dallas Contemporary for a little while, and she would talk about, she grew up with like not much, and was like, I got some art supplies, just a little bit of things, and we did so much with it. Like, and it wasn't a lot, like, but it was like something that just completely lifted her mind, her creativity. Like, it doesn't take a lot to like open that up. And so I think that's exciting to think of, like, oh, all the kids and adults and people coming through the shop, what kind of impact that might give to people. So
I really love that part of it too, because it's like I think there's definitely more impact happening than just like coming into the store. It's like it's passing on this joy and this a sense of empowerment that, you know, who knows, you may not be able to get it anywhere else, or some folks may not be able to have access to that anywhere else.
Yeah.
So doing that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Okay, so when you transition from itemized items and bags to just like get a bag, pay what you want, it had to be a little scary.
That's mind blowing to me.
Well, I imagine like that's a leap of faith too, because who knows what's on the other side of that? Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't.
Everyone just takes everything and gives a little bit.
Right?
Like, I don't know. Like,
and it happens.
Yeah,
it is difficult. There's definitely some difficulties there.
So tell us about like that transition, you know, as a model, and then maybe the highs and lows of it. Like how's it work?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I mean, it was itemized and that, and then it was out of necessity.
Yeah,
it was just me. And there was this,
I'm getting so much stuff,
much stuff, and the store was already full. They had already accumulated so many items, and it would have taken me a month or a week to like itemize everything. And and at this point, I have no job, and I gave myself a month to figure out what I needed to do to make my bills up. So I was like, you know, let's give this a shot, and let's go hard with it, and let's see how it goes. It started off as a weekend first, and then it was like a late Black Friday sale that they were doing that had done before, and then I was like, I can't like spend a week itemizing everything. Let's do the week, and then I was like, let's just do all of December, and then. I mean, I was able to make my bills and my rent and all that stuff. So I was like okay,
your first month,
first month in, and I was like,
great
okay, cool.
Feeling.
We'll keep it. We're in the green. Let's keep going.
That's awesome.
And so I mean, it was very scary because, like, I mean, as a business owner, and like you guys know this, I mean, you want to make profit, you want to make money, you want the company to be healthy,
exactly.
You want it to be sustainable, and so I saw that we were, and I was like, let's just keep going. It definitely comes with its cons, pros and cons. It's great in that every dollar that we make is profit. Right? Yeah, it's because of the donated thing, and that's great. And I love that, and I'm not shy to say that. I mean, it is what it is. It's how it is.
It's transparent. Yeah, it's great.
And so I try really hard to not be attached to the items that come in, because we'll get items that are like expensive, and everyone tells us, man, people are going to try to lowball you for this. And, you know, and it's the $2,000 price thing, whatever. Right.
Whoa.
And then I go back to my personal mission. I was like, people who don't necessarily have the access to this and don't have $2,000 to spend, they're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
And so they can here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But you do get folks that like will get 3 or 4 or 5 bags full of some really, really good things, and in the back of your mind, you know, like each item is at least $20.
Oh yeah.
And they'll pay like $5.
Yeah.
Or they'll pay like 10 cents. Yeah. And it is so hard to, like, it eats at you.
Sure.
But you have to like just eat it. You have to just take it.
10 cents I didn't have.
Yeah, you're right. Right. And so, you know, it's funny because that's some of the things that I like as a business owner, as the one like operating this thing, I have to think about. you know, do we set boundaries? Do we set policies?
Yeah,
Where do we
yeah.
set a minimum? But if we set a minimum, is it still going to be pay what you want? Like, is it still going to have that feel?
Right.
But I always go back, like, in my faith, you know, the more generous you are, the more you get.